Welcome to the Creators MBA podcast, your go-to resource for mastering the art and science of digital product entrepreneurship. My name is Dr. Destiny Kopp, and I help business owners generate consistent revenue from their digital product business without the need to be glued to their desks, constantly live launching, or worrying about the social media algorithms. I hope you enjoy our episode today. Hi there, Dr. Destiny Kopp here, and I am super excited that you are joining me here today on the Creators MBA podcast. And today I want to talk about one specific thing, and that is what an AI clone actually is. And I'm going to compare it to chatbots and custom GPTs. So let's first walk you through what is a chatbot. So a chatbot is something that you can put like on your website, and it is designed to respond to almost anything. It's going to wait for a prompt. It's going to go out and scan broadly out there, and it's going to produce an answer that sounds reasonable. And I would say that even good chatbots, one that are trained on your own content, your writing, your transcripts, are still doing the same basic job. They're designed to be flexible. They're designed to cover a wide range of questions, and their job is to respond back to the customers. As an example, on our Summit website for Hobby School, we have a customer support chatbot. It does its job. It will go out, it'll get their question, it will scan the information that we have. It might even go outside of the information that we have to the internet to help troubleshoot what's going on with that particular individual. That's what they're built for. Now, custom GPTs, on the other hand, sit a little bit closer to what people might imagine an AI clone would be. They use tighter instructions. You can specify tone there, priorities, constraints, and sometimes even sources. So that makes them a little bit more consistent and more useful than a generic chatbot that you might have like on your website. But structurally, they are still doing the same thing. They're responding to prompts. They're still designed to handle a wide range of questions, and they're still trying to be broadly helpful. That's what we've designed them to do. They're guided systems, but they're not necessarily narrow in a way that an AI clone is designed to be narrow. An AI clone, on the other hand, you're building it for a different purpose. It is not designed to answer anything and everything out there. It's not designed to explore ideas. It's not designed to generate content or brainstorm solutions. It is designed to apply a very specific way of thinking. If you have been doing expert work for any length of time, so think about consulting, coaching, teaching, advising, you already know that your value doesn't come from having more information than other people. It comes from how you apply what you know. And when somebody brings you a situation, you're not starting from scratch. You're not there exploring every option out there. You're not brainstorming. You're taking what they give you, you're applying it through your framework, your filter. You might even be ruling out things very quickly. You're recognizing the patterns that they're coming to you with, and you know what questions matter first and which ones don't matter yet, depending on where they are in the situation. And very often, you can even tell when someone is trying to solve a wrong problem. And most of that happens automatically because you have been doing this for so long, and you might not even have a lot of this framework written down is sitting up in your brain. And that filtering process is the asset. An AI clone is a system designed to apply that filtering logic consistently. It's not going to invent ideas, and it's not going to generate new frameworks. It's going to apply the rules that you have already given it. And I want to give you a very concrete example here. So I want you to imagine somebody whose work involves helping business owners decide what to focus on next. A lot of that is what I do in my own personal business. So when a client explains their situation, the expert doesn't list 10 plus options. They ask a small set of questions. They're ruling out things very quickly. They're going to recognize whether the issue is audience growth, positioning, delivery, or systems. And they know it's not time to touch maybe the offer yet. They know when the marketing isn't actually the problem. They know when somebody needs fewer ideas and not more. And that process stays consistent even though the details change. An AI clone in this context would not be given the client general business advice, and it would never answer random questions about tactics or platform. So it's going to walk through that same filtering process, the same questions, the same exclusions, and the same priorities. So if an expert would say, this is not your problem yet, the system, as you have designed it, is going to say the same thing. Again, if the expert would say, you are skipping a step, the system, meaning the AI clone, will do that too. Not because it's intelligent like a human, but because the logic that you have inflicted on it has been made very explicit. And that is where this approach works. So experts often feel intuitive. The rules exist, but they are internal, right? They're in your brain. And an AI clone doesn't create those rules. It requires them to be basically written down and named in the system. So if the way you decide can't be articulated, like you can't take what's in your brain and put it in a framework or a process, this kind of system won't work well. It's also important to be clear about what the AI clone is not. It's not an automation shortcut. So automation removes steps. An AI clone, on the other hand, doesn't remove your thinking or your responsibility. It takes your thinking and applies it when you are not personally present with the client. So it's not a content generator. Like, for instance, you might have custom GPTs that might help your clients do various things like writing blog posts or social media captions or website copy or whatever. I have 100 custom GPTs that does various things. It doesn't do that. Those are creative tasks. Also, an AI clone is not a replacement for teaching, for coaching, or for leadership. So if your work depends on you being emotionally present for your clients, an AI clone is not a right tool. Now, where AI clones do fit in is applications, specifically at the moment where somebody understands the material, but they don't know how to apply it to their own specific situation. And quite frankly, that's where a lot of implementation often breaks down with courses. So people understand the content, but the issue shows up when they have to decide what to do next. So they're asking themselves internally, does this apply here? What options matter? What comes first? What should I do? And that's when they reach out to you, the expert, and they wait for access to you. Maybe it's your next coaching call or your next office hours. And they hope that the timing actually lines up. They hope they can actually get on, that they're free and can actually get on the office hours call. And an AI clone doesn't solve that issue by teaching more. It applies existing judgment at the moment of decision when they actually need help. And I'm going to give you a specific example here. I want you to think about a course creator who teaches a specific framework. So over time, they notice the same mistakes. Students are jumping ahead, they're skipping steps, they apply ideas in the wrong context. And then the course creator develops a very consistent response pattern. They know which misconception to address first. They know when to say, this isn't wrong, but you're doing it too early. Or they know when to say, okay, that doesn't even apply here. Don't worry about it. An AI clone in that context would not replace the course. So it's not reteaching the material. It's applying the instructor's reasoning when the student gets stuck. And that is the role of the AI clone. So when I say AI clone, I'm not talking about something that sounds like you. I'm talking about something that applies your decision logic within a defined boundary. So you're looking at a constrained system, applying an existing way of thinking in situations where you cannot be personally present all the time. So in the next episode, I'm going to talk about why traditional courses struggle with implementation, even when the content is solid, and also how delivery models affect outcomes. So for now, what I want you to walk away with from this particular episode is I want you to know that the AI clone is not a chatbot. It's not a custom GPT with better branding, and it's not automation. It's a way of applying judgment consistently. I want you to thank you for listening today. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now. Thanks for listening all the way to the end. I hope you enjoyed this episode today. If you love the show, I'd appreciate a review on Apple Podcasts or your favorite podcast platform. Have a great rest of your day, and bye for now.